Donald Trump has pleaded not guilty to dozens of criminal counts of mishandling some of the U.S. government's most sensitive secrets and scheming to prevent their return in a historic first court appearance as a federal defendant. The former president gave himself up to U.S. Marshals in Miami for a hearing that set up the unprecedented scenario of a White House race litigated from the courtroom as well as the ballot box. Trump appeared before a magistrate judge to be formally presented with 37 counts under 7 charges brought by a special counsel probe that opened after an FBI raid of his Florida mansion 10 months ago. He has dismissed this prosecution as politically motivated in a speech to supporters, framing the indictment as an effort to interfere in the 2024 election.
A former president of the United States under the Espionage Act of 1917 wasn't meant for this. An act for a crime so heinous that only the death penalty would do, and threatening me with 400 years in prison for possessing my own presidential papers, which just about every other president has done, is one of the most outrageous and vicious legal theories ever put forward in an American court of law. As president, the law that applies to this case is not the Espionage Act, but very simply the Presidential Records Act, which is not even mentioned in this ridiculous 44-page indictment. Under the Presidential Records Act, which is civil, not criminal, I had every right to have these documents.
Trump was cheered by several hundred supporters, including 100 members of a conservative organization of Vietnamese Americans who had donned matching red dresses and chanted, "We love Trump."
It's a very solemn day for our country to have this, you know.
Why do you think the charges were brought?
I think they were brought because of Trump's poll numbers. They were hoping that January 6th would be the end of Trump. They were hoping that, you know, people wouldn't want to continue the Trump era when, in fact, we do. And I think if you take a look at his poll numbers, you're witnessing the greatest political comeback of all time, in my opinion. You know.
The U.S. government, which has never before prosecuted a former president, accuses Trump of violating the Espionage Act and other laws when he removed classified documents upon leaving office in 2021 and failed to give them up to the National Archives.
The president, who together with